Alright, hello everyone. Today we'll be doing a concept video for Apex once again, and also kind of like a little bit of a discussion video. This video is basically going to be on all the different maps that could be coming to Apex Legends in the future. We have 6 maps so far, and so we're going to really talk about what could come next. So all these come from the wiki, but right here we have 𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗏. It's based off Titanfall. So this map is very post-apocalyptic, and obviously with all the teasers that are going on right now, this could be a potential because, you know, the void stuff that's basically happening, but also as well, it's apparently really defended, so we could see a lot of wildlife in a way of, like, you know, specters defending the map and everything. So I could absolutely imagine a post-apocalyptic map in the future. Then we also have Eden, which is basically... So for Eden, it's kind of like Earth in a way, but it's like overgrown. It's like a city, so it's kind of like an E-district, but it's like a city, but it's overgrown. So either this could be inspiration for a future E-district update where it starts to become overgrown and unkept, or an entirely new map potentially on this planet. But yeah, I like it. It looks pretty cool. And then we have 𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗏, which, if you guys know Bangalore's story and Newcastle's story, this is basically their home planet, because basically it's got to do a lot with Titanfall, where basically Bangalore and Newcastle had to fight, and yeah, essentially 𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗏 fell. At least that's what they said in the trailer. So this planet could actually be destroyed, but it is a desert planet. That's why I wanted to highlight it, is that we don't actually really have a desert planet. Of course, we do have Kings Canyon, but I feel like that's more of a combination of like a woodlands type of desert planet, if you know what I mean. But we could just have a pure desert planet with like not much life at all, not much buildings, very open spaces. It will be very interesting to see what the developers do come up with that. Then we have Harmony, which is apparently an industrial planet, which I would actually really like to see that kind of environment, like an industrial planet. I know we do have World's Edge, which I would say is more like an industrial type of planet, but it's very futurized, like futuristic. I would like a more dimmed down version and more in line with what Titanfall actually has in the new planet. Also as well, Conduit comes from this place, I believe, as well. Now the next one is called Leviathan. Now this absolutely looks like Kings Canyon, so of course I don't think it would actually come to the game. However, there was basically talks that Kings Canyon would never come back to the game and it would actually be deleted at one point. So if that does go ahead and Kings Canyon actually gets deleted, if you're just fed up of it and don't really want to play it anymore, and the developers go, right, let's just delete it from the game and make a new map, this is what I would envision it be. The Leviathans being on the map, it being very wildlife centered as well. Now for the next map, we also have a map that is previously referenced in Apex. This is probably one of the most likely ones next for the next map. This is Salvo, and that's because Mad Maggie and Fuse both come from this planet. And I remember ages ago the developers said that these wouldn't be the first characters. There'll be a lot more in the future. And so potentially a lot more characters from Salvo, potentially actual Salvo map. It kind of goes hand in hand. Also, it's very much revolved around the Remnant story because that's where Remnant's head was actually kept for a good bit. Maybe that's just a decision that they wanted to make, but I don't know. It just seems all too coincidental. Then we have Wraith's home planet, which is Typhon. Now, this is obviously really cool because we have Alter in the game now. So I think maybe if Alter stirs up too much stuff, maybe she might go back to her home planet, and maybe it might be Typhon because she was one of the people that was experimented on. And likelihood is they were experimented on in Typhon. And so we could potentially go to this map if the lore goes that way. So it would be pretty cool to see how that might actually go out in the head. And the last candidate I would say as well is Pagos. There wasn't much information and no real screenshots because this one's only been mentioned in Vantage's trailer, basically. It's just an ice planet. And I do like the ice area in World's Edge, so I would like to see that as an actual full map. But obviously, we're potentially going to be getting Vantage's mom as a new legend. So it would make a lot of sense that we get a new map that they're both from. But I also thought something that was really interesting as well is what I thought from the very start, is why is Vantage's mum actually even captured in the first place? And that's because I thought she looked a lot like Mad Maggie. I already thought that as soon as I seen her the first time. I was like, she looks so similar to Mad Maggie. And I was thinking, what if that's why she was captured? Because they couldn't actually capture Mad Maggie, so they just got someone that looked very similar. And even in the trailer as well for Vantage, the mom says, like, Vantage just said, did you do what they said that you done? And she said no. And so it really does put into that storyline of obviously Mad Maggie stirring a lot of shit up. And it even said there on the post as well that Mad Maggie was in Pagos, so obviously they were trying to capture her. But we'll have to see how this lore develops, because obviously the next legend is probably going to be Vantage's mom, and so we'll see what actually happens. But it should be really interesting, because that lore could feed into the new map, being Pagos. But what map do you want to come to Apex Legends? I only really refer to, obviously, the Titanfall maps and the ones that have been referenced in Apex. But if you want a specific map that you really want to come to Apex that hasn't been made before or conceptualized before, please put in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.